Evening all, just down in the speed shop. Just wanted to introduce you to another new bike. Been a bit of a spending spree last few days. So I've just acquired a Honda CRF300 Rally to replace the 250 Rally that I've got down here for people to ride. The frustration of manufacturers keep updating the model is difficult to keep up with when you're trying to provide the latest bikes for people to ride back to back. So the 300 Rally joins the Euro 5 Himalayan. I've got a KTM 390 Adventure 500X Honda with the Rally Raid kit, and GS 310, which is a Euro 4 bike, which eventually will need replacing with the Euro 5. But yeah, I thought it was pretty imperative that I had the 300 Rally. I think it's a bike, the L or the Rally that people are talking about. They're wanting to ride. There's a short supply of them, high demand, so I think it's making it quite a desirable bike at the minute. I did look at trying to get a new one, but that seemed impossible, so I found this one up in Falkirk, up in Scotland. One owner, 700 miles on it. He wanted 5,500, so £600 under list. He'd bought the bike, done those miles, realised it wasn't the kind of road pottering around bike that he wanted, and he sold it and bought a street scrambler Triumph. So I think this is actually the service I'm aiming to offer down here, is that you can come and ride these kind of bikes, have a full day out on them, and assess if they really are a bike for you. I think he just found it too tall, too uncomfortable for the road bias riding he was wanting to do. And it was the same with the CRF300 Rally, to be honest. That had been done, ridden by for 600 miles by a guy who'd put a lowering link on and a few other things, and then realised it wasn't the bike for him, and sold it and bought something else. So yeah, 300 Rally, it's a bog standard one, nothing had changed, nothing adapted to it. I've just been out on it, I've just been out for a quick little ride, nothing trail based, but I think it's immediate to say that the changes are noticeable in the engine performance, the delivery, the pickup, the sense of speed, the momentum it carries, and just the overall sense of it being a slightly bigger, mature, more powerful machine, which comes with a slight increase in cc. But I think it does actually transform the character of the bike, that extra 36 cc or whatever it is. It's just giving it more, just a bigger bike feel, to be honest. I think it's a good upgrade. I think they've done a good job with it. I think the changes are nice. I think the fact that they've tried to make it lighter is a good thing. I think the introduction of the rubber insert pegs is a good move. I think the styling tweaks are good. You can definitely see the increased size of the tank. I think it's up a couple of litres over the stock one, so it certainly sits more swell here, higher up than last year's model. New dash on it, which looks quite nice. Notice that. And I don't think there is a suspension change, but it generally rides really well. I think it's probably unfair to compare it to my 250 Rally because it's got a lowering link on. It's been dropped through the forks to make it more accessible, which does make it more accessible, and I don't think it impacts it in the dirt, but on the road does make it a little bit light at the front and slightly off balance. So I think riding a stock 300 Rally certainly feels nicer on the road than riding a lowered 250 Rally, and I think that's the inevitable compromise of changing the geometry of a bike that was designed a particular way to be ridden at a particular height, and then trying to put lowering links on to modify its original intention. So yeah, I was happy with the bike, really. The last sort of 20 miles I've done today, just this evening, I've been out for a burger with a friend and rider who's come down to try some bikes. So we've just had a nice burger, and it was a good chance to try the bike on the road. Everything about it seems good. I actually like as well that they have thought about seat width, and it is broader, certainly here, for comfort. You can feel it. You've got more of your arse cheek on a seat rather than on this, which is a little bit more of a bench. And I struggle for an hour on this bike, and then I'm about done for comfort, maybe 2 hours. But it's certainly better on the 300 Rally. All in all, it feels a better road bike. I certainly wouldn't say it's a road touring bike, and I wouldn't want to do a hell of a lot of miles on it, but it does seem a bike that you could, cover your 200 miles a day, travelling distance, which I think is always about right anyway. So I think they've definitely made a good forward leap. The 250 Rally will be up for sale soon, although I might keep it on fleet depending on its popularity, just because it is lower and gives more people access to the trail bike concept. I think people have just got to remember these are trail bikes compared to the Himalayan, which is a road derived or 50-50 split bike. which works on the road. Same with the KTM, same with the GS310. The CRF was designed to be ridden as a trail bike, and if you're not riding it on the trails, you're kind of maybe buying the wrong bike. That's the kind of whole point of it, I think. So that's it. Another adventure. People sort of, I guess, wonder the nature of this business, how it's all coming together, and I think effectively I'm kind of just on one big adventure. At the minute, COVID really flattened me as a business. I was doing the tours and taking people overseas and big UK trips and things. Then COVID came along and totally grounded me, and I'd lost my, I guess, purpose, lost my income, lost future planning and everything. So I think I've thrown everything into this adventure, which is Dorothy's Speed Shop, which is a place down in North Devon for people to come down, ride bikes and enjoy themselves. So I've sunk my balls deep as can be. I've got a business partner who's coming in and helping me out a little bit with the bikes, some of the bikes. But yeah, it's life. If you treat life as an adventure, it can be had in all sorts of ways and disciplines. And for me at the minute, it's the business of Dorothy's Speed Shop and trying to make a go of it, really. So yeah, if you want an adventure, if you've got a group of you, if you want to come down and ride some bikes, I've got bikes. I've got some bikes. Good bikes, fine bikes. And we've got some amazing roads as well. So give us a shout. Also, we've been doing a bit of welding today. I've had Graham down, the husband of the B&B that I use for people who come down this way. He's been doing some welding on the exhaust on the postie bikes because of the off-road riding we do. They just tend to snap out either here, that goes there, that cracks off there. Or we've got one that's snapped here. So yeah, just keep needing a bit of titillation, keeping them running. But the old posties, God, you could keep these serviced and they'll go forever, I think. And hopefully, so too, CRF250 and CRF300. Handsome bike. I like the red fork guards. I think they're a nice touch. I think the lighter blue also works better than the old darker blue. It's hard to see in this camera light, but it's quite a dark blue there, quite a light blue there, and I think that really just picks up the colour a little bit more, gives it a bit of brightness. So that's it. I'll get some riding. I'm going to hit some trails on it, see what it's like on the trails. I suspect, that it's going to be much the same on the trails. I think the taller height is probably going to make it a little bit more awkward on some of the Nadgery trails that we have around here. All this talk about the gearing being different on the 300, you know what? There is a difference, but is it night and day difference? Not really. I keep reading reports saying, six gear is now an overdrive gear, which seems the most bizarre language to use for a top gear in the gearbox. To me, 6 gear is there to reach when you're just having a relaxing ride and you're short shifting through the gearbox. I was in 6 gear doing 35, 40 miles an hour today, and it chugs along perfectly adequately at that. So talk about it being an overdrive gear just seems a little bit bizarre to me. So yeah, hopefully the gearing has made it a little bit more relaxed at higher speeds and also a bit more torquey, chuggable at low speeds. But a bit more time on the bike and we shall know that for certain. That's it, CRF Rally. Why does it not say 300 though on there? That's what I can't figure out. Why have they not made more of the fact we're now on a 300? We've got 250 Rally there. Why does it not say 300 Rally? It's almost like they've tried to keep it mysterious. Anyway, cheers.